Alright, we're working our way up the fretboard dots, and we're starting with the B dot and the dot on the C sharp. So counting from the double dot, the C sharp dot's the first one to the left, the B dot is the second one from the left. Between the B and the C sharp is a whole step. If we look at that, B is the fifth in the key of E, C sharp is the sixth in the key of E, 5, 6, okay, in the key of E. So B being the fifth and the sixth is the minor, but that's just giving it some tonality, some color there. So what we're looking at is an A-shaped E there, and then we're between the C sharp dot and the E dot, we're looking at a C-shaped. Okay, so it's the key A. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, how did we get a little mixed up here? All right, so what happened is what I had figured out last night, I didn't particularly realize this morning, and that is, okay, we have our entry point for the key of E between the B dot and the C sharp dot, right? So that's an A shape, and we can go right into the key of E there between the B and the C sharp for an A-shaped E. Now, between the C sharp and the E, apparently I've made a decision that to simplify things, we're going to call this the key of A now. Now this is good news, believe it or not, because with yesterday's diagram, we didn't have a key of A. Now we have a key of A, and so we have the key of C, A, we have the key of G coming up, the discussion in a few minutes. We got G, we got the key of E entry, and we got the key of D. So we've got all 5 cage keys can be entered into the fretboard between certain intervals in the dots. So what I didn't realize this morning, I knew it last night, but I'm just like, I just woke up. So we had an E here before. Oh, this is an E. Why? Because C sharp's the sixth of E, and I was just playing that, right? And I got a little confused, because yes, C sharp is the sixth of E, but guess what? C sharp is the third of A. So we start with the 3, 4, 5 here, because we can, the fourth of A is D, so we get an E-shaped D, and it's right there, A, D, F sharp. We get our C-shaped A. We start with a C-shaped A, E, A, C sharp, E, A, C sharp, between the C sharp and the D, E double dot. Okay, now I can do it easier down here. I don't mean to do this to you guys. So let's say this is the E octave, double octave up here. So I'm going to do an A-shaped there. So we're going to do a C-shaped A, sorry, not an A-shape, a C-shaped A, so it's there's an A-shaped A for reference, okay? Now, the fourth in the so it's a tripentatonic box, strictly speaking, right? Tripentatonic box right there. This is between the C sharp dot and the E double dot, but I'm just playing it an octave lower. Then we get the E-shaped D there. Now that's going to pull up to from a C-shaped A. Then we go to an E-shaped D, Now, I'm having a little trouble with that E-shaped D right there, but I know it's going to be, so it's going to be an E-shaped D. It's a 6, 7 root. Okay. Alright, I had to practice it. 7 root 2 is the E-shaped D, so it's E-shape would be, there's your E-shaped D. Here's your 7 root 2, C sharp, D, E. Well, this is lower than you can get, so it would be E-shaped D. E-shaped D there, and then a G-shaped E there. The G-shape's going to be 6, 7 root. Starting from that dot, you know, you're starting from C sharp. So starting from the C sharp, that's going to be in the G shape 6, 7 root, because it's an E. Root is the E, so it's 6, 7 root. G shape. It's going to be pentatonic. Alright? So I'm not going to do the diatonic because I don't want to mess it up. So that would be your chord. It's a G-shaped D. Right there, G-shaped D. I just didn't play it right? Come on, Mulgrew. Man, my hand hurts. So, yeah, it's Mulgrew Miller. Great jazz player. He was a teacher in like Alabama or somewhere. Just incredible. You listen to these people, they're mystical and magical people. I love them. Okay, so let's trudge on. Let's trudge on. My hand does hurt though. Be careful when you're, trying to get these notes. I know, like when I'm at work or when I'm trying to play something, I'm likely to hurt myself. So, don't forget that, if you're just practicing, there's no reason to hurt yourself. You should practice within the limits of what you can do and work towards something. Don't try to just get it no matter what. You'll always think of it later. Music will always be there to be figured out later. So, we've got a key of A entry point between the C sharp dot and the E double dot, and we get to play a Lydian E there, a Lydian D there. We get to play a Lydian E there. So A, D, E is 1, 4, 5. The tripentatonics are all 1, 4, 5. Now between the E double dot and the G dot, again up on the octave, we're looking at we can assign right here, we can get our G entry point here, and in the tripentatonic we can play a Lydian C there, but in pentatonic it's going to be the same as an Ionian C. It's going to be the same chord, it's going to be the same pentatonic scale. Okay, and then we get a D-shaped D right here, A, D, F sharp. So we can assign the key of G entry point to be at the double dots, or you can even do it from the bottom. You can do the same thing from the bottom. You can do the key of G down there too. So it's a G-shaped G, and then it's a, what do we got? A C-shaped C. And a D-shaped D. Now that D-shaped D, I believe we're going to start right on that E. 2, 3, 4. So it's a D-shaped D. Let's see, 2, 3, 4 for that D-shaped D. Let's make sure we're not making a mistake. Alright, without getting too deep into it, for the pentatonic, you'd start on that E, or we'd be talking about the E double dot.